Welcome to Lake Winona. Lake Winona is about a half mile from my house. I don't fish it very often. I've only fished it a half a dozen times. It's only a half a mile, but it's heavily fished. It's an urban pond. Today I'm going to be talking about metro fishing. It hasn't been, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, and I picked up my first bluegill. What I'm doing is I'm throwing a hook that's got a worm, a half a worm on it, towards the bank, and letting it go to the bottom and then slowly working it back to me. Using a split shot to take it down. But I'm not using a bobber because later in the summer the bluegills usually hover around the bottom. So this is a keeper, and I'm going to paddle up a little ways and I'm going to drift and fish that same spot. Sometimes bluegills will spawn more than one time during the summer. You know, they spawn early in the summer or in the spring, but sometimes they spawn again later, and if we happen to be cruising by a bed, it'll give me an opportunity to catch maybe a really good mess. You can see my hook is very tiny. Here's my little finger, and it's way smaller than the tip of my little finger. That's a number 10 long shank hook. Now what I've got to do is I'm using the side of my kayak to rebend it into shape. See, I bent it back some. Still needs to be bent just a little bit more. The hook is just like a piece of wire, stiff wire, with very sharp tip. There, I've bent it back into shape now. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to run that in and run the worm up on the long shaft of the hook. Run it way up there. And then I'm popping the hook out about a half inch from the tip of the worm. so that the worms stay stretched out, or at least that's the goal, is the worms stay stretched out in the water. And so that's what you're looking for. Well, it's been a beautiful evening. I've had my beautiful wife out filming for me, and we've been 3 minutes from my house. When we load up the kayaks, it'll take us 3 minutes to go home. I'll be able to fillet up my bluegills and make fried bluegills. This is my stringer. There's not a whole lot of them there. I think I've got 6 keepers. I caught a bunch that I didn't keep, and I caught 4 bass, I think, small bass. And again, it's just a great way to spend an afternoon and enjoy the little metro lake that's near my house. So thanks for joining me, and I'll look forward to having you join me on my next Field to Feast as well. So subscribe if you would. I sure appreciate it, and hopefully you've had a good time watching.